Hi and welcome to this easy Joomla guide tutorial. In this tutorial we're going to cover users and user roles. To access the user area, we go to Users, Manage. And on this screen we can see all the users that exist in the system already, as well as some attributes of those users. Username, whether they're enabled or activated, the groups that they're in, their email address, and some data on when they last visited or registered. To create a new user, we click this big green button up here. Any of the fields with stars are required fields, so you need to enter at least those to create a new user. So we enter a name, and the name is going to appear if they edit articles. So on the front end, if you have this set up, you can have written by Marge Simpson appear here. Login name can be entirely different. Password can be set up with particular rules that will show here if there are rules. This one is open because it's a default install. The details will get emailed to this email address if email is set up correctly. And on the next tab we get to assign it to particular user groups. Now the super user account is the top level account. This allows full access to the administration area of the system, so you need to have at least one of these at this permission level, though ideally it's not to be used for day-to-day tasks. The next one is administrator. This has access to most of the administration functionality. They do not have access to change the template settings or the global configuration stuff. They don't see if a super administrator account is logged in, and they can't access or change super administrator accounts. This is an appropriate account for day-to-day tasks for people that are fairly well skilled in Joomla. The manager account has access to the content creation areas, the management features including creating categories and menus. They don't have access to manage users or to install extensions, and this particular account is great for day-to-day content management functionality. The registered account allows login to the front-end interface. This account is the one to use to allow user access to restricted content areas. Extensions that manage restricted functionality such as download managers, forums, or online shops typically use this account level to control access to their functionality. There are a couple of other user groups in addition to these, and it's possible to create additional user groups with different access levels, even limiting or granting access to certain functionalities of the core software or additional extensions at quite a granular level. But they're the main ones that I've gone through today. In basic settings, you can set the defaults for this particular user, and they can be different from what is globally set as default in global configuration. And that's that user created. Chrome has asked me, do I want to save it? And because this is on a test site, I haven't set up the mail functionality, so it didn't send an email to that user. So now let's log out and log back in as that user. So in this tutorial, I've given you a quick overview of the users and user roles and how to create a new user in your Joomla website. So thanks for listening to this easy Joomla guide tutorial.